Okay, I wanted to introduce you to my garage Skytrack driving range that I built myself. I learned the hard way, so I thought I'd do a video to help people out to just know every single thing that you need to do this in under $4,000. It's really cool, so just pay attention and I'll go through every single thing and I'll put a description how to do it. And most important, you only need about 18 feet lengthwise. So to go from just past the screen, because I'm going to talk to you about the NetReturn that I bought, and to come to where I'm standing here is about 18 feet. So you can see I've got lots of room here, put clubs and things like that. I have the cars in here, but usually I pull them out, not because they'll get hit or anything, but they're just, why not just have the room? Because you want to have a foursome, people need places to stand and have their beers and things like that. So 18 feet by 12, of course, is probably the minimum, and garage ceiling. So, your garage is always pretty high. I use a Skytrack. I bought the brand new Skytrack this year with the casing on it. So a little guard, and it sits there on the mat, and I got it on right now. And of course, I'm in driving range mode in the E6 Connect. So those are the two things I wanted to tell you. I got the Skytrack plus the $99.95 per year, which is the cost to enable it to work with E6 Connect. To get the basic E6 Connect package, the cost is about $400 US a year. The Skytrack, the whole thing in Canadian dollars is about 2,300. Don't quote me on any of these prices, they're just ballpark. But the cost for the software, the E6 Connect is an annual fee. Laptop has to be pretty powerful. You want to get yourself a really good laptop. As you can see, I'm going to show you my little setup here with the laptop and everything. You want to get a powerful one, probably 12 gig of RAM, that's about it. Just get yourself a good laptop working there, get a power bar. I got this stand where I put the projector, as you saw. Projector's like $400. It's an Epson. You don't need anything fancy. It sets up and it automatically will set the screen properly for you. As you can see, I'm on an angle here too, so that the screen, this is something that I kind of didn't figure out, was that you can be sideways to the screen when you're projecting. So that way you don't get your arms and things in the way of the shadow. So you do not need to mount the projector on the ceiling or anything like that. So don't worry about anything like that. That almost took me out when I did it. What's happening is I'm not using the system, so it's probably just didn't find my Skytrack. Anyways, I've got some heaters. I set up a couple of heaters here that I'm using just to keep the garage warm. And it's good till, -3. I've got two there, one's on tripod. Really cool because it just, you can be in here in shorts and a t-shirt once you leave these heaters on, and it's good to like 2 or 3 below zero, like 28 Fahrenheit. And of course, you're not going to use this in the summer, it'll be too hot. But it is designed for fall and spring and winter, of course. So I've got things written down here. I wanted to make sure everybody knows you got to have HDMI cable, USB extension. You want to make sure you extend your USB, so you have room, because your laptop and your projector will be, about 12, 15 feet away from the screen. All right. The net that I got is called NetReturn, and it's up here. You can see it there, and it is designed and works great with the screen. And the screen and the NetReturn and the first mat, because there's a couple of mats here, about $1,500 to $1,800, depending on I got the Pro screen, which is really cool. It's worth it because then you get to project onto the screen. You're not just hitting into the net. You'll notice I've got a little putting device down there. I just made that, styrofoam. You can get like something out of a little hobby store or something like that, and I just attached it to a 2x4. That way if you hit a grounder, it's not going to go anywhere, except maybe, I don't hit too many grounders, but you just want to make sure you got some cushioning. The only reason I put that there is because when you putt, it goes into the screen and you got to go grab your ball and all that stuff, so it just returns it. nicely for you. And if you're like me, you're always 10 feet away, so you don't have to hit it too far. Anyways, I let balls go back past the screen and they fall and they get collected. And then after, 5 or 6 balls go back there, I just grab them all and throw them back up, and then you can hit. T, mat. So you get the mat and the NetReturn and the screen all at once from NetReturn. You can Google them. And you need another mat. You can't just go with the one mat. You've got to have 2. The second mat is the one that you're going to hit off of. The one I got was a Forb. It's called Forb. I don't know anything about golf mats, but it was one of the best ones at Amazon. So I got that. Also, while I'm at it, I got the shank screen because Uncle Bob comes over and says, I haven't played golf in 6 months and I'll show you how great I am. And then they whack one and shank it. So shank net's nice. Tee is really cool. I just got one that you can put tees in and take tees out. So that way everybody can bring their own tee height, and you don't have to worry about it. And you can pull the tee out so that you're hitting just a little left of the tee stub thing there. So that's that. The bar at the top, I got a metal bar up here that goes up on top there, which you can see. And that just keeps the screen more straight down. It doesn't get all wrinkly, which I'm not sure if it even does. I just saw that on the internet, so I bought it. It's like $10 at a hardware store. What else do I got? Mat times 2, yeah. And just make sure you get some bolts. You're going to want some bolts. Bolt your mat down in 3 places. Don't bolt it down there because that'll bug you. Bolt it down there, and bolt it down there. Just simple bolts with washers, and you can take them out when you use your mat in the summer outside. Shouldn't be a problem. And folks, that's about it. The whole thing, about $4,000 plus a laptop, and it is awesome. This thing is super accurate. You can play all kinds of golf courses, which I'm not going to tell you about E6 Connect. But other than the fact that I didn't know this, you can set it up really good for off-center, because you'll notice that my mat is a little off-center from, like, it's not sitting, there's concrete there, and then it's over because I'm hitting into about 2 feet right of center. And the software does that. E6 Connect will say, how far are you and how far offset from the center. I recommend the 2 feet. You can go more if you want, but when you hit the screen, the ball will come straight down, and it's pretty cool. And sometimes it comes back towards you, but never violently or anything like that. So that's all I can think of. It's fantastic and it's worth it. And believe me, it's really easy after you've seen my video, and I've saved you all the time and the research I've done. And again, below the video, I'll make sure I put everything down in writing to help you out. Big thing, it's just cool. Have friends over, get a beer fridge, and go from there. Thanks a lot.